So first and foremost, just to get this out of the way, this is not a video trashing the Gibson Guitar Company. Hello everybody, my name is Austin Randolph. The usual stuff for housekeeping. If you could subscribe, I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. And that's like a major benchmark that YouTube considers, and like that's when you can start making ad revenue. So pretty pleased with sugar on top. If you've watched a few of my videos, if you could subscribe, it costs you nothing and it helps me a lot. And if you are a fan of the shorter attention span social media platforms, I am on TikTok and Instagram. I'm super active over there, so if you're on those, feel free to give me a follow over there. No Sweetwater links for the day because we're not necessarily talking about a product today. We're talking about a model in general. And yeah, well, you'll see. So I've noticed something recently. This is my old Les Paul Studio. It's from 2009. I did, it's beaten up. I bought it from some dude in New York who played the shit out of it. And so it's beat up. It's got like the nicotine yellow faded Alpine white. I love this guitar. I am never going to part with this guitar. But I've noticed something. When I play it on TikTok Live, this guitar gets more hate and more criticism from 14-year-olds than anything else that I play by a mile. And, it's the usual stuff. It's the the quality control, then be bad at making products. And it's okay. So you can brush that off, whatever. And this is not that kind of video. What this video is, I really want to kind of talk about my thoughts on, I've never played a model of guitar as frustrating as a Gibson Les Paul. Period. End of story. Done. And what I mean by that, I've owned quite a few Les Pauls over the years. I mean, I've been playing since I was 10, 12 years old, right? So this has been my hobby for long enough to where I've had a good number of them. And I hope you guys follow what I'm saying, because it's a little abstract and weird, but a Stratocaster at the end of the day kind of plays like a Stratocaster. And an SG kind of plays like an SG. A Tele kind of plays like a Tele. Some are better than others, obviously. A lot of that comes down to your pickups, your neck profile, all of the things that you can spec out on a sheet, right? I think back in the day when Leo Fender designed a lot of his guitars, their production line assembly, bolt parts together, and you can spec out how you want the guitar to be. And you can kind of, from looking at a piece of paper, approximate how much you're going to like that guitar, right? And I really think that Gibson guitars, and particularly the Les Paul, for some reason, are just different by nature. Because somebody dropped a comment on, actually I think it was a TikTok video that I did 6 months ago or something like that, where if you find a Les Paul that is a good Les Paul, and it's funny, people almost throw it around like it's a thing, finding a good Les Paul. And if you find a good Les Paul, you hang on to that instrument forever. But the problem is, what makes it a good Les Paul? And I think because of the nature of how Gibson manufactures guitars, that's really hard to quantify, because everything is done by hand. And even something like the neck is set by hand. And man, I really wish it was easier to pick out the good ones, but from what I have found, the best way to do it is go to a store, play all the Les Pauls they have, and pick your favorite. And I guess what I'm getting at is, if you do that in a store, your least favorite Les Paul and your favorite Les Paul in the store are going to be miles apart. I mean, most of the Les Pauls I've owned, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. But, and the word uninspiring sounds like a bad word, but when you find a good one, you pick it up, the body and the neck just kind of ring together for some reason. There's a sparkle in the pickups. I don't know if it's something to do with the wood they use for the body, or the neck, or the... I have no idea. And I don't think anybody else knows either. If they pretend like they're the expert and they can pick one out by looking at it, I think you're a liar. But a Les Paul is a guitar that will imprint on you like a baby deer imprints on like its mother. It's really weird, man. But like, I think that's a really good way to think about it. The difference between your least favorite one you play in the store and your favorite you play in the store is going to be miles different. Whereas, at least in my experience, again, feel free to tell me that I'm wrong. My least favorite Stratocaster that I play in the store and my favorite Stratocaster, they're still going to be Stratocasters. There's going to be a difference, obviously, but I don't think there's going to be as much of a difference between that and those two Les Pauls in said hypothetical. So what the hell, what is the point of this? Why am I talking to a camera and a microphone? I want your guys' opinions. Like, am I nuts? But why is the Gibson Les Paul the most varied model, same model, use the same models back to back? They can be so different. And is that the manufacturing? Is that the wood they source? I don't know enough about it. All I know is that when you find a good Les Paul, you have to hang on to it forever. And if you go and talk to like the best guitar players in the world, famous or not famous, it doesn't really matter. All of them have an old Les Paul that they've had forever that they will never ever get rid of. Maybe just because of that kind of like needle in a haystack element to it. I think the Gibson Les Paul is the most frustrating guitar because you really do have to, with a clear mind, play it. You have to play them because they're so different model to model. Is that a good thing? Not really. From like a manufacturing perspective, I mean, a consumer wants consistency. But I think just because of the nature of the product itself, when you have a good one, it's so special, and it's such a special guitar. So, what do you guys think? Am I completely out of it? Like, is this just me babbling into like the endless void, or is there something to it? Do you have a Les Paul that you won't get rid of because something about it just is, wow? It's just like it's a Picasso. It's perfect. Either way, let me know down in the comments below if you think I have noodles for brains, or if you think that I'm onto something. Let me know. Like, subscribe, all those good things. But yeah, let me know if you have a Les Paul you'll never get rid of. Thanks, guys. Take care.